It's hot, but I like it like this. Summer is perfect. Perfect. It's beautiful out here. Nice, hot, just the way I like it. Shalom, call on Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, giving all praises to the great Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, the great Ali Shaddad of Israel, the great I am, the possessor of heaven and earth, of the spirits of heaven and earth. We're giving all respect to Yahweh Shai, the Adonai, the Hamashiach, the light of this world, the one who died for Israel and rose to sit to become your royal right arm, my redeemer, my comforter, and my salvation. I'm the only one that plead his blood over Israel, the only nation granted for salvation. Woo! And giving respect to the great millstone. Giving respect to great millstone, the brothers that shared with me the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the truth, and got it from Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, through his begotten son, Yahweh Shai, and giving on to the prophets. Shalom, shalom, shalom to those beautiful brothers. I seen them earlier out there. And shalom to GMS Vegas sit down, you know, them strong brothers, you know, shalom to them. You know, shalom to great millstone, shalom to Apostle Har. You much respect to the high teachers up there, you know. Giving respect to the aqua, the men, you know what I'm saying, that labor in the truth. You may not be from great millstone, but you still follow them and listen and learn. Still follow them and listen to their classes and learn from them and attend their videos, and you risk your freedom in life to do so. You on the highways and byways, and you at home speaking and teaching, you know what I'm saying, to the best of your abilities and bringing out videos. Shalom to you, brothers. Shalom to the sisters, the aqua, the beautiful women that's in the truth, and whether you got a man or not, you still fear the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh, and you listen and you learn in silence. Coming back at you with another video. I'm outside, you know, on the highways and byways. It's a beautiful Sunday. It's pretty cool, you know, out here bringing out the word, doing what I gotta do, doing my part, you know what I'm saying, and doing what I need to do to you know what I'm saying, show you how Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai I love him every day. You know, you gotta come out here, you know what I'm saying, and do what you gotta do. You have to, that is a must, and you gotta bring out the lessons, you know, and do what you gotta do today. Something had came up on my mind, and I was watching a video. It was a quick skit, right? And it was this man, and it was this woman. She was bringing out the word, you know what I'm saying, and she was telling the white man how they put us into slavery, you know what I'm saying, and how they the devil and how we the true children of the Israelites. But you know, like the Most High said, women can't teach on the battleground, you know what I'm saying. Women can't teach, and they got to know that this is a battlefield. So she was easily defeated by the white man, and the white man defeated her with a bunch of lies, man. You know, he said, oh, well, it's other. She was like, yeah, we the true children of Israel, and y'all put us into captivity. Well, she know that much. And then the white man, he came with a bunch of lies, and it just like kind of like, you know, like obliterated her, you know what I'm saying. And he was like, well, it was like all the Chinese. Oh, I hate cars. I hate those cars. I don't get why people be driving them dirt buckets and they're not even worth driving. Ugh. Okay, and the white man was like, oh, well, the Chinese, you know what I'm saying, been enslaved the Chinese, you know what I'm saying. White people enslaved some of their own people, so what significance does it bring if that your people was enslaved? That happens in history. It's nothing new. But the woman, she didn't have a support of knowledge, so she, you know what I'm saying. The black man that was, the Israelite man that was recording the video, he had like a little double screen, and it was showing them and they little conversation, and at the bottom it was him, and he was nodding his head agreeing to the white man, like, man, you know what I'm saying. And the woman, yes, she was defeated in all of that. Well, she appeared to be defeated. She was right, but you know, she didn't have, like, you know what I'm saying, like she didn't combat, but she wasn't, like, women wasn't made to be on the battlefield. So you know Esau defeated her with lies, you know what I'm saying. So it was just like, you know, retarded, like, you know. And then it was the Jake down there supporting the white nigga, like, yeah, that's true, you know what I'm saying. Like, man, you know, our brothers and sisters are stupid, man. Like, they are very, very foolish, very, very stupid. It's getting to the point to where it's annoying, man. And the Jake was right there supporting the white nigga, man, and not understanding that this nigga is a liar. He in his lies, he know damn well that he done put us into slavery. He done some horrible acts, and then they want to get these retarded historians that are like institutionalized in what they practice, you know what I'm saying? And they totally believe in what they have been taught, you know what I'm saying? You know, especially when you got, it's like having a child, and we about to get into a word. It's like having a child, right? You know what I'm saying? And you keep teaching this child a certain thing from when he a child all the way up. He gonna be stuck with that. He gonna go against it. You know, he gonna go against what everybody else say. He gonna even kill for that. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, until, you know, one day he be proven wrong. But still, you know, it's like the institutionalized process. They get them niggas from a child all the way up and teach them that, and then they go on teaching that junk and teaching them lies and teaching fake shit. You know what I'm saying? And not being right. And that's what the white man do to their own people. They'll teach them a lie, and then the people, and, you know, make sure you get them when they're children. You know what I'm saying? Kids are easily to influence, and when they grow up, they become exactly what they've been taught, you know? And that's what the devil is doing. The white man, the devil is doing. He'll take some of his kids, right? And this is what he's doing. Well, most of his kids is like that, you know, the devil, and he'll take them and build them up when they're kids, you know what I'm saying, and teach them these lies. And then when they get older, they go around people speaking these lies and speaking this garbage and get mad because people don't want to believe their point of view, you know what I'm saying? But they are bent on making people believe because people made them believe, you know? And that's the same thing with our people too, you know what I'm saying? They'll do that to their kids, their kids. That's why you think when Yahweh come back, he gonna be killing off families and generations. You done taught these kids lies, so they believe in the lies. They done taught their children lies, so they believe in lies. They're growing up to live in lies. They believe in lies, you know what I'm saying? So we gonna get into the book of Deuteronomy. Because the book of Deuteronomy is about slavery. Today is about slavery. You get into slavery. That's exactly what it is. Because our people got to stop listening to people. You know what I'm saying? You know, our women got to get in order. You know, Jake got to get into the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a good majority of us that is in the truth, but not all of us is in the word. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of Jakes that push wickedness and push lies. You know what I'm saying? And do wicked shit that I was telling you about. Like, I thought he was agreeing with the woman. No, he agreeing with the white man. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, I hate. And then there's one thing I do hate, when you can tell a person stupid just by the way they look, and then, you know, lo and behold, you know, don't judge a book by its cover. That sometimes, you know, when you look at a nigga, you can tell everything on the nigga before he even speak, before he talk, before he can react. You know what I'm saying? You can tell by his body movement and how he move and how he think and how he talk. No, how he think. No, like his body movement and his gestures and the way he appear. You know what I'm saying? You can be like, yep, that nigga dumb. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, 9 times out of 10, you know, sometimes, well, 5 times out of 10, you know, half and half. Sometimes them niggas do be idiots, man. They be idiots, man. Because that's what some prophets can do that. They can judge on your appearance and how you carry yourself. 5 times out of 10, 5 out of 5, you know, you gonna be, you know what I'm saying, what you appear to be, you know. And Jake, he just, I'm tired of my people. It's so irritating. Like, yo, like, and he was supporting that white man. Like, so that's another thing that, you know, our people bring up and the white people bring up. Everybody's been into slavery. No, that's not what happened. What makes it specific is that you chose the wrong people to put in slavery. You're not knowing that, you know what I'm saying, the Most High allowed you to take these people, but then come to find out, these is the wrong people you want to take into slavery. They didn't look at these white niggas during the time of our captivity, and it was pulling us into slavery, and it was making us do these horrible things and killing us and hurting us. They didn't read the guidelines to what they was about to do. You know what I'm saying? They just did that shit, you know? So now come to figure out that the people that's in captivity in Americas are the children of Israel, the Negroes, Mexicans, and the Indians. Then they want to try to combat that, you know what I'm saying? Because they didn't think about it when they was doing the shit, you know? They didn't think about that shit. The Most High didn't put it on their mind to think about what they're doing, you know? All right, hang on. I got to fix my book. Y'all know that I'm not that great of a cameraman, so All right, we can get to this. And this is very spiritual. It's real deep when you get to understand. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, that light is horrible. It's so bright. It's bright as hell out here. I'm sorry, y'all. Which way should I turn? This way? Okay, that's good. Yeah, but it's deep. You know, when you get into the Bible and you get into the things and the people and who we are and where we came from and what happened to us, it can't just be moved, man. That's like this white nigga telling you he can move the rock. You know what I'm saying? He can move the boulder. You know what I'm saying? He can pick up the boulder. And when you actually go see him do it, he can't pick up or move that boulder. That's exactly how the truth is, you know? And it's just, you know, it's unmovable, it's unbreakable, it's hard to break. That truth is set in stone, man. So it says, we can get into Deuteronomy. What chapter is this? It's 28, chapter 28, verse 24. Or we can start at 23. It says, "And the heavens which are over your head shall be bronze, and the earth which is under you shall be iron." It says, Yahweh will change the rain of your land to powder and dust from the heaven. It shall come down on you until you are destroyed. So, you know, one thing that's actually for certain is that we do fit the curses that are in the Bible, because a lot of horrible acts that happen, you know, in our slavery, they fit the curses that are identical to us in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? One thing that you do got to understand is that, okay, I'm going to tell the truth on that, even though they bend it into the lies that slavery ain't a new thing. You know what I'm saying? Slavery is not a new thing, you know? But it's who it's done to and what happened and how it was done, you know what I'm saying, that makes it terrible. And that makes us the children, the people who we are today in our history. You know what I'm saying? So you got to have that understanding that, you know, okay, so what if all the other nations did slavery? You know, the Most High does talk about a specific nation going into slavery, and there's consequences by taking them into slavery, removing them from their holy place. You know what I'm saying? There's consequences by it. Come to find out, these are his children, the children of Israel. They not only went into captivity for the things that they've done, you know what I'm saying? But the people that took them in captivity, they had no idea that these were the people. So now it's springing up now, we're in that day and age to where the new wine is being established, you know, through Great Millstone, you know, the prophets. And everybody is finding out that the Negroes, Mexicans, and Indians are the lost sheep of the house of Israel, which is true. You know what I'm saying? And that, you know what I'm saying, the white man is the devil. He is the slave driver. He is the oppressor. You know what I'm saying? And we still in the land of our captivity to this day. Like the Most High said, they had an end to their slavery, but the white man didn't end our slavery. He kept it going. You know what I'm saying? And that's and the white people, they knew, you know what I'm saying, that the children of Israel were, you know what they were God's children. You know what I'm saying? And they just did what they did anyway. They just didn't know in depth them horrible consequences. Like, that shit's horrible, the shit that they've done. But they did what they did, so now they got to live with it, and now they got to pay the ultimate price, you know what I'm saying, which is their life and damn near an eternity in slavery. 1,000 years in slavery is a long time, man. That's a long time. So it says Yahweh will change the rain of your land to powder and dust from heaven. It shall come down until you are destroyed. Meaning that it's a short term. Is the sun? Okay. That means, in short, that you're going to work yourself to death, man. You're going to work yourself to death. And that's exactly what happened to the children of Israel when we was out here building these plantations, you know what I'm saying, making cotton fields, making vineyard fields, potato fields, carrot fields. They had many plantations, different plantations for different things that they wanted to be done. But, you know, the white man, he didn't do it himself. He had the children of Israel do it. So now we at a point in history to where the white man is literally overlooking the horrible things that he's done. He like, well, that happened a long time ago, and that's not us today. That is, y'all the same people that back then that did the same shit, and y'all still here today. Make matters worse, y'all still the same racist motherfuckers. You ain't changed. Just because you in the next generation You know what I'm saying? You ain't changed. And then racist ass white people, they'll hand that racism down to their kids. They'll push it in their head, literally pushing their head down to their last breath. Hate those niggers. Fuck those niggers. You know what I'm saying? Hate the Mexicans and the Indians. Fuck them all. They all niggers to me. And push that shit on their kids. And then in time, their kids, they believe it and they start doing that shit too. Over time, they start doing that shit, even at a young age. They hear their parents, and this is every day coming from white people. They hear their parents making fun of black people, making fun of the Negroes, talking shit about them. You know what I'm saying? Because their parents grew up like that, Come on now, you got people that came from the 60s and the 70s still here. They just old as fuck now. Either they dead or old as fuck. You know what I'm saying? But they seen the racism and they seen the destruction that happened to our people way back then. Our people didn't have the spirit on them. So, they was fighting for human rights and equal rights and shit like that, only to get their ass kicked and denied because they wasn't rolling with Yahweh back then. So, these white people are very, very much aware of who we are, man. They want to cover that blood up that they did. They want to cover up their monuments. They want to cover up the horrible acts that they've done to the children of Israel and try to sweep it under the rug. But they'll never forget the shit that you done did, White nigga will put you on the news and all that, man. But when it comes to us telling them about our slavery and about the things that they've done, they want to sweep us under the rug, It says, Yahweh will cause you to be defeated before your enemies. You shall go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them, and you shall become troublesome to all the kingdoms of the earth. Meaning that everybody know that we the Israelites, and everybody calls us niggers and black people, you know what I'm saying, dark-skinned people, and they make fun of us and they laugh at us. Like I said, I made a joke like that day before yesterday, I think. I can go all the way to India, you know what I'm saying, and me and this nigga the same color, and he'll still call me a nigger, and he has my skin color. Exactly. Everybody knows who we are but us, Well, those of us that are asleep, they know. Ooh. It's not that it's hot. I'm just making sure the sun ain't in the camera. Well, I dimmed it too much. It says, your carcasses shall be food for all the birds of the air and the beasts of the earth, and no one shall frighten them away. Meaning that, man, these Edomites would kill us and torture us to death and beat us to death and then stack our bodies in piles and put them in trenches. You know what I'm saying? Horrible, horrible acts, man. This ain't something that you can make up nor you can forget about, man. This is actually real. Like the ground, the streets is literally littered with Israelites built on their backs. They buried in certain places, They was talking about that. I forgot the certain place that they was talking about. It wasn't Jacksonville. It was some other place. And they was talking about how it was Israelites buried under the foundation of the city. You know what I'm saying? And they went to a certain cemetery, and guess what was under the cemetery? It was hundreds and hundreds of dead bodies of the children of Israel still buried there, just forgotten about, because that's what white people would do. They would try to cover up their tracks. And but ultimately they was killing off thousands of us, and throwing us into fields and in trenches off the side of a cliff. And then you look on the side of the cliff at the bottom, it's nothing but dead bodies, man. Nothing but dead bodies, hordes of flies everywhere, man. Just a pit of death, man. And it was our people that was there, and they would throw our people off to the side and either go have lunch, you know what I'm saying, and go eat breakfast and go and tend and love their family. They son get a scratch on them, they give them a Band-Aid, man. They take care of them, they pamper them. But when it comes to us in the past, they be quick to beat us to death. They be quick to hurt us, It's still like that to this day. You can go to an all-white neighborhood and they gonna point you out. They gonna go and get a group in the city hall and all that shit, or a neighborhood watch group to try and vote you out of the damn town, or they gonna come right at you, with aggressiveness and telling you to get out of our town, nigger. You don't belong here. How'd you get all the way up here? Who gave you the right to be up here with us, And that shit is unforgettable. That shit is unforgettable, man. You can't remove shit like this, man. You really can't. Okay, the sun ain't in the way. We good. You can't remove this shit. It says Yahweh will strike you with boils of Egypt, with tumors and a scab, and with the itch from which you cannot be healed. And they will have diseases on them and all that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, these white people wouldn't care. They still put us to work. You know what I'm saying? They'll still make us do what we got to do. And if it's too severe, they would kill us, man. At least it spread out and they get us all sick. But, you know, some of the Israelites didn't look in too much good condition. They would still happen to go out there in the plantations. They would still happen to go out there and work all day. From the morning that they wake up all the way till the night. Like how they doing boot camp. Boot camp is slavery too, man. That shit is slavery. The army, that's a form of slavery. All that shit, man. Hold on, I gotta fix this. Shit, nowadays, and this is pathetic. I can't. That's why I want to be mad if the Lord put most of the Israelites to death, because they stick up for the white man and they stick up for his doctrine and they roll with Christianity. You know what I'm saying? They roll with that shit, man. Come on, give me a break. This is irritating. No, I want it to be like that. It's hard to hold this book. My bad. I know I'm terrible with the camera. You can always just put your ears in it, your earphones to your ears and listen. You don't always have to look. It says Yahweh will strike you with the boils of Egypt and with tumors, with the scab and with the itch from which you cannot be healed. So the same thing that happened back then during our slavery, and the same thing that we saw in Egypt is about to happen again. And that reminded me of the monkeypox that they talking about. And this white nigga spreading it around. He trying to get our people to get that monkeypox, but through the power and spirit of Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? That's through the power and spirit of Yahweh, B'Shem Yahushua, in the name of Yahushua the Lord, to let you know them plagues of Egypt are back, man. This is Egypt. And these plagues are back, and they starting to come in full effect. Now, if the smallpox become a real pandemic, everybody we know it's May 22nd, so they over there doing that little weird-ass meeting and change the laws and shit. You know what I'm saying? If they make it to a big effect, that's something that you can see. You know, okay, so the C-19 was something that you couldn't see. You know, you can only tell by symptoms. No, this shit right here that's coming, that shit is so powerful, you can see it. You can see it. I doubt that you want to be in the club and it's a motherfucker dancing in the club and this motherfucker got monkeypox. He got a couple of bumps and shit on him. You know what I'm saying? And people recognizing that shit, people seeing that shit. You ain't gonna want to dance by, you know. This nigga over here dancing and shit, and this nigga got big ass little boils and shit all over his body and shit, and he danced with everybody, and niggas is seeing that shit. You know what I'm saying? I doubt that you wanna be around somebody like that. You in an open square, you kicking it with your homies and all that, you know, and this bitch, you know what I'm saying? This female, she got a couple of bumps on her legs. You didn't regard it. You know, no, you didn't. You disregarded it, and you like, well, you know, she probably got a little, you know, she probably got something going on with herself. It's probably like hereditary or whatever. And the next thing you know, after you come from your little get together and shit, y'all wake up and you got it. You know what I'm saying? So it's something that can be seen. Like this is, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, that's not a plague. Then what the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? Even though the C-19 was bad and it killed, they said it killed over 1 million people. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the C-19 was bad and there was a lot of people that died. We know this to be true, you know what I'm saying? Because when you study and you listen and you have that understanding, you watch these documentaries that are informative, you listen to the prophets, you know, they're informative, they're going to tell you, and you can do the research yourself, man. We know for a fact that many amount of people died, man, and people continue to die, whether you got the vaccine or you contracted it. You know what I'm saying? You can really die from that shit, you know? If you don't, like they said, the majority of them was old people and smokers, crackheads, bums, weed heads. You know what I'm saying? They got caught. And guess what? You know, the C-19 is a respiratory you know what I'm saying, virus. So it'll come and shut down your virus, come and shut down your respiratory. And guess what? Your respiratory system can't recover because you've been smoking, you've been doing all these drugs, and those drugs is like a form of virus in their own. This is the term that you call plagued. You know what I'm saying? Because the people, they don't know they got small time plagues on them. The children of Israel don't know that. But now it's big ass plagues coming toward you. You can't miss it, you know? And it says, Yahweh will strike you with the boils of Egypt, with tumors, with scab, and with the itch from which you cannot be healed. So this happened in the past too, you know. And I think Apostle, I called him Apostle Maccabees. He might as well be one, like Apostle King Yahweh Maccabees. Even though he not apostle level, but it slipped out of my mouth. Like, to me, he like a full-time like prophet. Like, you know, that's my man. He tell me everything that's going on. He going hard. He been going hard for like 13 years, I do believe. Been going hard, or no, for like 7 to 5 years, he been going hard. And he'll tell you, you know what I'm saying? The eczema is from your ancestors, you know, because he has eczema. You know, he got like a skin disease that break out. He said that's a part of the curses too, to inherit what your ancestors inherit. So, you know, your ancestors had horrible skin diseases back then during the slave trade that can't be treated, you know, and, you know, they'll probably put you to work, and then or they would kill you, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. They would kill you for having that disease and just swap you out for the next slave. You know, like nowadays they call it jobs and shit, you know. Slavery is now called jobs. It's not called something as harsh as you going to slavery. Instead of waking up and saying that you're going to work, they tell you that you're going to work, but it's actually a form of slavery, you know. They tell them that you're getting paid, but now we at the time and day and season and year to where the Most High is about to cut off this dollar. This dollar ain't about to be no good. And it's been in like 4 to 5 years in effect that they've been transferring over to cryptocurrency. So people can't act like they didn't see all this shit coming. But them boils though, that monkeypox, I call it bubble wrap, because it make your skin look like, you know, the bubble wrap on on your objects that they put in before they box it up. They put the bubble wrap on it to protect it. You know what I'm saying? And you take that bubble wrap off and it pop. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what it looked like. It looked like bubble wrap. That shit nasty, man. So it happened to us back then. Now it's happening now, you know. Like I said, I was watching World War Z, and the same people that's coming up to change your laws, which is starting today, you know what I'm saying, is the same motherfuckers on World War Z, nigga, and they call them the Disease Control Center. These motherfuckers not only had the vaccines for it, they had every disease known to man in there, man. They had all the diseases collected up. The WHO, the World Health Organization, they was in World War Z, man. And I found that funny when I thought about the WHO or the World War Z. I'm like, the World Health Organization. I'm like, where do I remember that from? I'm like, World War Z, man. And they had the vaccine and they had the fucking plagues, man. They had different kinds, man. And he was telling Brad Pitt in the movie, he was like, okay. He said, okay, he doesn't know which ones, you know what I'm saying? So he got to be careful which, and plus he used to be like some sort of like medical, aka mercenary. So he had to pick between the plagues that he was going to get, because if he chose the wrong one, it would kill him right then and there on the spot. He wanted to choose the right one to make him go invisible to an unstoppable virus. You know what I'm saying? Make him appear to be dead. You know what I'm saying? So nowadays it's like that, but you know the truth behind them boils and all that shit. The white nigga got all that shit locked up in his cabinet. You know what I'm saying? So now he's starting to release that shit. You know what I'm saying? And starting to let that shit go through the power and spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Now this, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to understand and discern between the spirit that this is a serious plague. This monkey smallpox. You know what I'm saying? Event. I could call it that because it's similar to smallpox when you do your studies and you listen to these people. You know what I'm saying? It could be a potential pandemic. And it was funny that they announced it like 2 to 3 days ago, and it's May 22nd today, and they're about to start changing the law. So if this shit becomes a big ass pandemic, you know what I'm saying, to where it's unstoppable, they're gonna lock down all this shit, you know what I'm saying, and get the laws changed and get that martial law and all that shit started. And these people, they can ride, they can do all they want. Most High said, I'm just going to kill them. That's all that's going to happen. So our people need to wake up and remember who you are. That's why I brung out the slavery passage right here. It says, Yahweh will strike you with madness and blindness and confusion of heart. You know what I'm saying? So in our slave trade time, during the transatlantic slave trade, in this past captivity, he made us forget the names. You know what I'm saying? He made us forget who we are. You know, we was always in fear. We was fighting each other. You know what I'm saying? We had no choice but to obey, you know? And now today is the same way, you know what I'm saying? But it's 10 times worse. Like, you know, our people are blind. Our people are confused, you know? They don't know what's going on. Without the right guidance, you don't know what's going on from your left to right. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't know what to believe without the right guidance, but they ain't got no excuse no more. They do have the right guidance, you know what I'm saying? But they choose not to abide by it. They choose not to take Yahweh's advice, to take the Lord's advice and understand what he was saying. And they choose to ignore the Lord. So nowadays, you know, like it says, Yahweh will strike you with madness and blindness and confusion, and you shall grope at noonday. And look at this, because this is our slave trade right here, period, point blank. Uh-oh, almost dropped my phone. This shit is crazy. How you gonna say, you know what I'm saying, that the children of Israel, not the children of Israel, after you hear some shit like this? And then you go into the slavery, and then you look at the history, you know what I'm saying? You read the books like, I think it was From Babylon to Timbuktu. You read 100 Years of Lynching. You know what I'm saying? You read the Triangular Passage. You read books like The Delectable Negro, you know? You read this shit, and then you go back, and then you look at it, and you be like, damn, like, this shit do sound biblical. Like this shit sound like what happened to us, like, you know? And the white people, they believed in God, but they didn't believe in God. They stole the doctrine, and they morphed it to make you obey them even more. They said that they was God, and you should obey them during the times of slavery. You know what I'm saying? They got two different kind of books. They had the Bible, and then they had a slave Bible to make you follow that. So now to this day, our people are still trapped in that slave plantation doctrine. And guess what? They ain't got to beat them. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got to kill them to get them to understand it. It's locked in their brains, you know? It's locked in their brains, you feel me? So our people are handed it down to their children, from their children's children, like a damn heirloom, man. Like, our fathers gave us this heirloom. You should have it. And our fathers have passed it down. You should have it, and you should keep it. And when you get old, before you die, you pass it to your kids. And God is looking like, hell no, man. Hell no. It says, and you shall grope at noonday as a blind man gropes in darkness. You shall not prosper in your ways. You shall be only oppressed and plundered continually, and no one shall save you. So did anybody save us? Did anybody redeem us during the times where we need to be saved? Our people were sitting up there screaming and hollering in them pits. Nobody came to save them. Probably had a white nigga coming over the pit telling them, shut up, nigger, shut up. You know what I'm saying? And they screaming and they hollering because they dying down there. So, you know, and the Most High say, you shall betroth a wife, but another man shall lie with her. So our women got tired of that, and they was like, shit, if you can't beat them, join them. So a lot of our women was going to, you know, the white people and being with them because they didn't want to die. You know what I'm saying? So they would go and be with them, and they would go and marry and then graft in with them. You know what I'm saying? So they can have a better life. And they left a lot of us brothers deep in that horrible captivity, in that mire, you know what I'm saying, in that darkness, you know, and just left us like that. That's why to this day, a lot of our women, they do not only they date brothers, but they be dating, date brothers, you know, the Mexicans, the Indians, and the Negroes date brothers. But not only do they date Jacob, they dating Esau, Moab, you know what I'm saying, they dating Esau, Moab, you know what I'm saying, Ammon, you know what I'm saying, they dating Russians, they dating all kinds of, you know what I'm saying, people. They go outside of their race and they go get married to a Chinese nigga. They go and get married to a white nigga real quick because they got that bread. Us brothers, we don't have too much of nothing. We don't have shit. So it says, It says, you will betroth a wife, but another man shall lie with her. You shall build a house, but you shall not dwell in it. So our people, and I every now and then I'll hear an old man screaming that we built all this, we made all this. How could you tell us what to do when we created all this shit for you? Which is true. You know what I'm saying? The Israelites, they built all this shit. We built all this shit. Down from the streets to the sidewalks to motherfucking buildings. Nigga, we built all this shit. You know what I'm saying? We built everything that you see today. And you know what I'm saying? The white people would disregard it like that was in the past, nigga. We're here now today. You know what I'm saying? Our people broke their backs and they died to build every single brick. You know what I'm saying? You hear stories about the railroad. You know what I'm saying? How after the railroad's complete, a lot of those niggas, they got killed, man. A lot of those niggas, the white man would come and kill us, man, and ravage us and destroy us, man. After we done building their railroads, a lot of us died, man. They came and shot us in the back of the head. Well, you did your part, you know. It's true, you know what I'm saying? So, I forgot that one story about that. It was a black man. He was like one of the strongest black men, and he was so strong. He basically, you know what I'm saying, with a couple of other brothers, built the railroad himself, man. He was strong, man. They said that in the story. I forgot the story. I wish I can remember. My mom was watching. I was watching a little bit too. And this Jake, he was so powerful. It take like 10 to 12 swings for you to get a nail down to nail it through that iron. This Jacob was so strong. With one swing, he nailed it down with one blow, man. And then the white man saw that, and they was like, well, we're gonna make you the leader. We're gonna make you the railroad conductor. And they softened him up. You know what I'm saying? They made him all happy. He like, yes sir. I was the best, and he buff as hell and all that. Little did he know, nigga, they was gonna try to kill your ass after you was done with all that work, man. They don't want the world to know what the horrible things that they did. They want to take credit for every goddamn thing, man. This shit is fucking crazy. And it tells you right here, this is the truth, man. This is the truth. It's scary, but it's true. You know what I'm saying? And it says, and you shall grope at noonday as a blind man gropes in darkness. You shall not prosper in your ways. It says you shall be only oppressed and plundered continually, man. So, it's like it's like this. It's like two brothers. One brother is big, one brother is small. It get to a certain point in time to where, we've all done it, you know what I'm saying? To where the other brother starts to bully the little brother, you know what I'm saying? And as long as his parents and them ain't said nothing, they ain't seen him do it, this motherfucker feel like he can get away with it. And keep on beating and bullying his brother. So that's the same thing that the white man was doing in the past. Since nobody said nothing about it, you know what I'm saying? Nobody did nothing to stop them.